All right, what is up, guys? Forex market update. Let's get straight into it. Sweet. So I was just monitoring and still sort of am monitoring this hype range, which I don't think will confirm. It was a little model within a model here. So yeah, we'll see what the go is there. But for now, we'll get straight into Forex. We'll start with some gold. So I did have a brief look at this. I ended up trying this yesterday, which didn't quite work out, an extended model. We came somewhat into profit, maybe like halfway, not even, yeah, just over halfway. And then we reversed and yeah, it got stopped out with one big candle there, as you can see. So that trade didn't go to plan. We can remove all this. And yeah, we've just left quite a bit of demand below us. All right, let's turn this off. So yeah, context has changed to bullish. Even on the 4-hour, we have actually broken to bullish at the moment. So yeah, gold is bullish, to say the least. And now there was our break of structure right there. And yeah, we had that accumulation which front ran our key demand POI. And yeah, that's it for gold at the moment. Silver, not a whole lot, just bouncing between levels. We got supply above, demand below. Oil, sort of same but different. We've mitigated supply ever so slightly, and we've left more supply in the meantime as well. And yeah, that's kind of it at the moment for oil. Not a whole lot I am interested in doing. Then we might even have some more overlapping supply here. Okay, so this has all been mitigated on the lower time frame, as we can see. But we do... It is an inside bar candle, but we can allow it. Just because of the broader context, and it might be valid on the 32nd. Yeah, it's valid on the 32nd. So I will allow this as overlapping supply. Boom. Sweet. That is it. Awesome. Now, let's have a look at GBP JPY. So yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot for oil. We're still... Oh, maybe we're not anymore. No, we are still bullish on the hourly. That's fine. We're still bullish on oil. And we might have some demand in there. Yes, we do. This is the demand I will keep an eye out on for oil. Let me just see what on earth is going on with Trump. Okay, I actually don't mind this. We have swept all this liquidity and we have left all this liquidity. So yeah, we could be very much priming for a nice distribution here. So we'll set an alert here to see when we come back in the zone, and yeah, just keep an eye out for Trump. All right, now we will commence with the remainder of Forex. Some supply has been left here. Expect the mitigation. Yeah, not a whole lot I'm too interested in for GBP at the moment. Yeah, we're still bearish on the hourly, still bearish on the 4. Yeah, we're kind of still bearish across the board here on this pair. Like obviously we temporarily went to bullish, we broke structure here, and then we've broken all structure back down. So yeah, expect lower essentially for GBP JPY. That is all I can say. GBP USD. Okay, we have ran through all this. Boom. Okay, we still bullish most likely. We've even left demand over here. Yeah, we can actually use this hold move. That's fine. So yeah, price is definitely looking to go higher. And yeah, we are obviously in supply at the moment. So we can definitely expect some rejections. We are bullish on the 4 hour after breaking structure here quite nicely. So yeah, we could be in a sentiment shift here. I very much allow this. But I will draw. I'll still draw this as a potential range, so we will see what happens. Asia low is range low, so this is actually quite nice. Definitely in our favor here. So let's see what happens. And obviously I do have an alert here still. That is also fine. All right. So yeah, we'll leave GBP USD as is, and we will see what happens. We are bullish though, so just keep that in mind. But the daily context is still bearish nevertheless, and we also have supply right above. So if we get a nice rejection from supply, then we could potentially distribute. We will see what happens. NZD CAD. Still left nice liquidity below. I'm also just going to quickly check width. Okay, so width is this potential distribution has pretty much become invalid, or it's on the verge of becoming invalid. Yeah, this is kind of the sort of the deadline timing wise. Otherwise, if it price just keeps going, it's just too far out for a third tap. If you look at the distance between tap 1 and 2 compared to the distance between tap 2 and 3. So yeah, therefore I don't really see this as being valid anymore. Back to NZD CAD. Yeah, we're still very much bullish. How far does this supply zone drag for? Yeah, so still bearish on the daily. And yeah, bullish on the 4-hour and hourly. So we've also left demand below us, as you can see there. So yeah, I guess expect us to go higher. We've even created somewhat of a demand into this supply zone. So yeah, contextually speaking, majority of this remains the same. Okay, ETH's actually looking quite nicely for a distribution here, so we will see how price moves. There is obviously a demand POI here, so we will monitor that. We'll definitely need this to be mitigated before any further movements. Yeah, that's fine. Well, all the crypto alerts are going off at the moment. Pepe also creating his own. Nice. Hopefully we can mitigate this supply. All right, that is it for NZDCAD. Not a whole lot I want to do. Also, just absolutely smashed my toe on the table leg. All right, GBPAD. Let's move on to the next. See. That's been ever so slightly mitigated. Yeah, it is too little. It's very minute demand, if you will. Still bullish on the 4-hour. And we are actually technically speaking, we're bullish on the hourly. I'm not sure why I said we're bearish. Like following market structure. Yeah, sorry. I haven't checked most of these pairs in like 2 days, so that's also why. All right. Bullish on the hourly. So we've definitely left behind supply, that's for sure. Let's see where these supply POIs are. Here is one. Yeah, like we're close to becoming bearish. I feel like we might become bearish soon on the hourly, and then that could be a cascade to, you know, become bearish on the 4 hour, and then eventually on the daily. But there is still a bit more room to go for price until that happens. So yeah, we will see. Yeah, like that's kind of it for GBP AUD. Not a whole lot more to do. Yeah, in terms of demand here, it kind of has all been mitigated. So I'm not really gonna focus on this demand that much, to be completely honest. Yeah, it's not really clean demand. Still focus on the main one below. All right, let's get this ball rolling. We've been fucking around too much. Give me a second. All right, we back. Let's go. So this can go. This can go. Contextually speaking, we are we are bearish for now. Four-hour is yeah, 4 hour is still bearish. There's just no real, like, yes, we're bearish across the whole board here, but there's just no real distributions forming at the moment. Like, this isn't nice. Maybe we could use this, but same thing. It's way too low time frame for my liking. Asia lows are obviously nicely sitting below us, but I do need better price action. And we do have nice liquidity above, which is probably going to get taken. Asia highs have been taken, that's fine. Yeah, let's just see what happens here. We have left liquidity above. This is liquidity for me, so this will need to be swept, and maybe we can form a model one. So I will only be looking to take a short here if we can get a model one. Context is in our favor, so just be aware there. Okay. USD JPY, let's have a look at that as well. Context is our context has probably changed. Yeah. So we are now bearish. We've obviously mitigated this supply. But we do have some more refined, which can get mitigated. So we'll see if price wants to come up here. Right. Had to do the older chair adjustment here, gents and ladies. Yeah, so the fact that this supply has been created, I'm a little bit skeptical on shorting this, so on longing this, sorry. So just got to be cautious. And in terms of an extreme liquidity POI, yeah, this is pretty much the extreme liquidity POI. So we'll see what our price does. Yeah, like ideally optimal scenario is that it mitigates the supply above, which I've marked here. That would be quality. But yeah, we're obviously bearish on the hourly. We're bearish on the 4-hourly as well. Yes. I'm bearish on quite a few time frames. Are we bearish on the daily? Not yet. Yeah, so just 4 to 1 hour is bearish. Perfect. And that is USD JPY. So our alerts have been set and we will see what happens. In terms of the sessions, once again, guys, like this is nice. When Asia high is just chilling at range high and when Asia low is just chilling at range low, like these are really, really good POIs. So we will see if we can get maybe a reversal during New York. We'll stay patient. We'll move USD JPY to the top. USD CAD. Supply has been mitigated. Probably a sentiment change here as well. Okay, so we're still bullish on the 4-hour. This has just been one big SFP on the 4-hour. Yeah, so we've only SFP'd the 4-hour here. And yeah, we are very much so bearish on the hourly. We've also got supply above, so I feel like price is going to chill here for a bit. We'll see. Ideally, optimal scenario is this becomes a distribution. We do something like this. Bang, mitigate this, come back, boom. That would be quality. So we'll see what happens. This is the range I am monitoring. Asia high is our range high though, so it's not aligning too nicely for a distribution. We've also SFP this, so like anticipate a reversal, point being. So we'll see. If we can if we deviate this low, then yeah, different story. So let's see what happens here. USD CHF. Okay, I think same thing as well here. Well, this is actually kind of just formed one higher time frame range, which has mitigated demand as well. Give me a second. Okay, so we have also got supply here. So yeah, bullish on the hourly, on the 4-hour, sorry, and then bearish on the hourly here. We are in demand, however, so we could potentially accumulate here. We might not. We'll see what happens with this range, as we are in an potential accumulation, as it is in a demand zone. All right, alerts have been set. Asia high is also range high, which favors the accumulation. So yeah, let's see what we do here. Yeah, do we just need to see a nice deviation and a better return to zone for me to be a bit more interested in this, so we'll see what happens. GBP, NZD, bearish. Okay, so contextually speaking, I'm definitely looking at this range. Pretty easy to see. It is a high time frame range, so just that also means that it requires a bit more patience around it. Okay, 4 hour. Daily is obviously still very much bullish. 4 hour is still bearish because we've SFP'd this 4 hour high. And then yeah, everything else kind of remains bearish here. Really, really nice POI I'm seeing here. But we'll see what it looks like on the lower time frame. This could be a nice supply POI. So we will see. Then obviously you do have more supply above, but given we're targeting this high time frame range, that is the optimal supply POI. This is probably the most optimal supply just because this has all been mitigated. So yeah, I'd be putting a close eye on this supply. Should we ever come back up? Like, we might not even come back up. So we'll see. Yeah, like we've gone pretty low, to say the least. But yeah, that's kind of it for GBP and ZD. All right. Yeah, and we would, just for the sake of it, we'll mark down this supply OBIF here. Perfect. Awesome. AUD CAD. Lovely accumulation here. Oh, sort of, actually. Bearish on the 4 hour. No, we are bullish on the 4 hour. We are, it's like, yeah, we are bullish on the 4 hour, but at the moment, there's not a whole lot that the supply has all been mitigated. There's not a whole lot that intrigues me with the price action here. Yeah, this is just that awkward environment, which, yeah, I do think we're going to come up high and sweep that liquidity, but at the moment, price isn't moving in the nicest way, to put it that way. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be looking to do at this as a distribution. There is no return to zone, and we're leaving behind demand. Yeah, lots of demand, as you can see. All right, that is it for AUD CAD. Not a whole lot more that I'm wanting to do. And as I said, we've got demand below, so I'm kind of using this demand as a potential pullback opportunity to accumulate from, and then move higher and take out this liquidity above us. So, yeah, contextually speaking, we remain bullish. Everything is bullish here. Oh, let's have a look at AUD CHF. Yep, so as I said, we are targeting a Model 1 here. It is pro context. So I'm kind of looking for a pullback now. If we get a nice confirmation, a nice break, then I'm very happy with, like semi-happy. I feel like the duration could be better. Yeah, 6 hours. And this is our 5-minute market structure low. So keep an eye on this. Yeah, that's the main break of structure, 5 minutes. So we'll see if we get it. All right, AUD USD. Well, we've created demand here. So far, we look to still be bullish. Hence why I'm not really looking to we do have this 2-day supply, which is worth noting. Yeah, it's actually a really valid supply. So definitely expect a pullback from this, or like a reaction if we get to this supply. Yeah. Price hunts inefficiencies, always does it. Always has, always will. So yeah, essentially expect us to. I wouldn't even try shorter distribution here. I generally think that we're going to go up until this supply and then mitigate it. Whether we form a model upon mitigating this supply or not, I don't know. But we're definitely going to move up in the short term so we can fill out this inefficiency and then continue dumping back down and following our expectational order flow of a lower high for a lower low. So yeah, we will see what happens. Yeah, you can already see like the bum 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 break bum 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 bum. So yeah, this is very much so the expectational order flow on AUD USD following basic market structure. So yeah, I don't think we're going to randomly start pulling back now. I feel like we're going to go higher to mitigate this supply and then pull back. So like, yeah, given this context, I might even look for a potential accumulation if we do get one. If this is kind of my my target zone. You even have this, which has been mitigated. So yeah, we are leaving behind quite a bit of demand on this pair, on AUD USD. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I definitely favor an accumulation into this supply and then a distribution back down. Euro NZD. Yeah, still bearish on the still bearish on the 4-hour. No. Hold on a minute. What's going on here? Okay, no 4-hour market structure, no 4-hour market structure. So yeah, still bullish on the 4-hour. My apologies. And yeah, we are still bearish on the hourly. Well, there you go. There you go. So yeah, context is bearish. Point being, not a whole lot I'm too interested in. Like, I don't like this price action. I'll definitely be waiting for next week for this pair. It's just, yeah, nothing nothing enticing at the moment. Euro GBP, this looks interesting. Yes, we are bearish. Yes, we are creating a potential distribution. I am willing to potentially short a distribution here. Context is highly favorable. Asia low has not been taken. Lovely. Yeah, I don't mind price action on this pair. So let's see. Yeah, let's see what happens. We have left behind demand, which I am thinking will mitigate pretty quickly. Yeah, that's gonna happen pretty quick. But yeah, let's see what happens. Give this a bit more time. The only thing I don't like about this is how this is a big candle that's gonna kind of gonna want to get filled. Will it get filled after we mitigate this a bit better, or will we start pulling up into it now? We'll see. Yeah, I guess the potential distribution model forming now is going to be an indicator of just how clean are we going to continue coming up. Yeah, that's clean supply. Is there more supply there? I'll get to, yeah, so Euro GBP has mitigated. Yeah, so we mitigated this anyway. All right, Euro USD, we can move this up a little higher. Yeah, still bullish. Has demand here been mitigated? Not yet. We can leave that there. Yeah, still bearish on the 4 hour, still bull and bearish across everything minus the hourly, which is bullish and continues to leave demand behind, as we can see. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. The price action is rather interesting. Maybe this will become a new range. We'll see if we can mitigate the demand. If we can do something like this. Boom. And then flush down. So yeah, alerts are set. We'll be patient and see what happens. So that is it for today, guys. Yeah. So to summarize, let's have a quick look. Yeah, summarize commodities, not a whole lot going on in the sense of no models really shaping up. We're just being patient, watching it unfold. And then in Forex, there's a few more things going on. GBP, JPY, we're just waiting to see if we pull back in here. We're still bearish across the board. USD, JPY, this is an interesting model, which is semi-counter context, but Asia high is quite nice at a range high. So we're monitoring that one for now. And then we got Euro GBP as well. We'll see what happens there, which we only recently spoke about. GBP USD as well. Planning for a for like a neutral distribution. And then everything else here is kind of sort of stagnant, I guess. Yeah, this is not looking like a model unless we come back in and it's a higher time frame model, but I don't think so. So yeah, our main attention is on USD JPY and Euro GBP. Other than that, we're kind of just waiting to see what else happens. And yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you all for listening, for viewing. Subscribe if you made it this far, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.